What is this? Some kind of Suicide Squads? This is the second issue of the series. It is a great comic, but there is a big crease in it that maybe you cannot see. It's like there at the bottom, and it makes turning the pages sometimes a bit of an asshole. This is much better than the first issue. I think that the first two issues should have been released as a double-sized one, because you get a much better sense of what this book is from this second part than you do from the first issue, which was concerned with establishing the boring bad guys. Here is our team, the Suicide Squads. We have got the team leader, the RoboCop remake. We have got Boomerang, Deathshot, Barbie. This one is Cara Delevingne, but she is in a non-witchy side. Tiger Stripe, and then Mind Bottler, who is gunning to die. They are about to assault a terrorist base, and they are met by Nighty Sides, who has infiltrated the bad guys group, the Jizzheads, and she is gunning to teleport the team inside their headquarters. She will be a main character in the book going forward. So the RoboCop remake, he gives the team their orders, and they all have very specific missions, like Deathshot has to fight this fella, and Boomerang has to fight this one. And every member of the team is given a clear objective, except for Mind Bottler. She isn't given any mission here. She really is dead weight in every possible meaning of the word. In this one, we get to see a lot of Boomerang being a cock. That is one admirable thing about this series. They never ever try to make a character like Boomerang anything but a cock. Like here, he proudly announces how he would sell the team out if given the chance. Most of my notes for this issue are just about Boomerang being a cock. So the team, they have all got their individual tasks, and Barbie is probably the one most worth focusing on. You see, Barbie, she disobeys orders and does exactly what Boomerang said he would do. She tries to sell the team out. She wants to defect and join the Jizzheads, and she's given a pretty decent scene explaining how she isn't a criminal. She thinks she is a wrongly imprisoned revolutionary. If you've not seen my videos on Captain Atom Ant or Firelord, Barbie is a terrorist. She is a French separatist. However, the member of the Jizzheads she betrayed the Suicide Squads to is actually Nemesis in disguise, another undercover American operative who has infiltrated the Jizzheads. So Barbie's attempted treachery is foiled. There is Mind Bottler using her illusion powers. Didn't get too attached to her. She has only got a few pages left. We get to see a lot of fights, And one thing about this series is the fights are always told well. They are cohesive and dynamic, very well telegraphed action. And each of these little fights we get to see double as offering an insight into the characters featured. One of the major strengths of this series is the action like this. It is very competent and purposeful. We have some more of Boomerang being a cock. He fights this speedster. And a lot of this issue perfectly summarises why these guys are not heroes. And Boomerang truly does get such an extensive portrayal as just being a cretin. He has defeated this guy and he just kicks him off the side of the building and pretty much laughs as this fella falls to his death. And with all this action, it is all one-on-one stuff, which is good. I also really like the fight between Deathshot and his opponent, which takes place in an elevator shaft, or as we call it over here, a lift hole. But then the other thing is that the team can die at any minute, as shown here with Mind Bottler. She doesn't realise that this jizzhead is sneaking up behind her with a gun. And Boomerang, he sees all this and he could warn her, but Boomerang is a cock and he remembers humiliating him last issue, so he just doesn't bother to warn her, and so she gets shot to death. And that is like the big iconic scene from this issue for me. Then the team, they all regroup and they get ready to depart, and Boomerang, he lies about the nature of Mind Bottler dying and claims that he tried to save her because he is a cock. It is a DC comic, so there is a slight problem with an abrupt ending, but it is a great action issue that establishes just about everything you need to know about this team. They really compactly managed to get everything across in this, and you get a true feel for what this book will be from this issue. I reckon it is heaps better than the first one, and I rate it 7 thumbs up.